Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fabulous episode here of the Everyman Show. I am John Everyman.
Yes,
that is me. That's right. That's right. And it is a special day today. Not just because of our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, or the fact that we're back after a little quick holiday break. It is a special event going on downstairs, people. That's as you can see, we're in our special studio where we got pushed up because they got an event down here, which some of y'all might be knowing as Art Basel. Art Basel is going on this weekend, and the fact that I booked this show for today makes me really hate myself that I mixed it with Art Basel. Like, Jesus Christ, Art Basel is insane. If any of you guys are ever been to Miami or live in Miami, you know about Art Basel around this time of year. It is bananas all over the damn city, all the way up to the Tri-County area, up in Broward and parts of West Palm. It's just art-centric everywhere. And the weirdest motherfuckers were walking up and down the streets and shit out here right now. I seen one that looked like it was a cross between the Joker and my man Tekashi 6ix9ine. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This shit is too weird for me. I wanted to come back up here and hide in the studio.
Okay.
But yes, guys, it's a special episode. Like I said, man, we're back. And for this special event of Art Basel, I don't have any cool artists in terms of painters, but I have someone that does paint with his words. That's a good way to describe that, right? It's like art. It is kind of like art, right?
Straight up.
That's what I'm thinking. But before I do that, I want to say hi to my fearless sound engineer back there, my fearless 2.0 sound engineer, because we had one before that. That's right, you're fearless, man.
Okay.
Look at you working in some stuff over there. You look like you're about to do your homework and relax and watch TV in a minute. Like you're looking for the remote control on that table.
You stay ready, you never got to get ready.
Exactly. Amen to that. I love what he's got going on there. Yamari, you are the man, sir. It is good to see you. And shout out to the crew, by the way. It's a light one. They're not here. They're all busy. I guess Art Basel took them away too. It's cool, but we miss you guys. And just like that, we're going to move on to the guest, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, our next guest, man, this man, I had a chance to meet him earlier this year, over the summer, actually. I was a guest judge at a hip hop performance event. There was a bunch of rappers out there, singers everybody was just going toe to toe that night. And I'm a comedian, so I don't know how I ended up becoming a guest judge. I was like, what a weird person to come have judge hip hop. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what I'm thinking in my mind. It's really fucked up. So, but when I did, man, I got a chance to meet our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. This man, when I tell you that you can see his presence in a room being felt, you can see it. And I think the day that I had a chance to discover him, he just caught my attention with the presence, with the music, with the performance. I was like, yo, who the hell is this dude? And then he's gonna win the event because it was a competition. And I'm like, now the guy's a champion. I was already trying to figure out win or shine. And I was like, you know what? I gotta meet this fella. And I did, man. And he's an amazing artist, amazing personality. And I had to bring him on here so you guys could get a chance to meet our next guest. Guys, sitting with us, it is a recording artist by the name of M Lew, man.
For sure, man.
I got it right this time, M Lew.
No, my actual artist name is M Lew.
M Lew. Okay, so where am I fucking up calling you M Lew? What did I do wrong here?
That's my Instagram name.
Okay, so that's the IG handle.
A lot of times when promoters post my picture, they post that with at M Lew on there, which is my Instagram name, but my artist name is M Lew.
M Lew, so it's MLEW.
Straight up. Okay,
so all right, that's gotta be frustrating though, right? When people go in and he's like, damn it, I'm M Lew, man, stop going with the easy.
Right. I have had to correct it a few times, but I kind of like the charm of it because it sticks with the Instagram name, and I let that stand as that. But yeah, a few intros, they definitely M Lew me.
Okay, well, you know what? I think for the sake of our show here today, I want to stick with what you gave the name as, and it's M Lew, and that is it, Louise. bam, I don't know you, Louise. You
Straight
gone.
up.
It's gone.
Unless you're trying to follow me.
Unless you're trying to follow me, exactly. Then yes, Louise, come back.
Okay.
Man, first of all, thank you for joining us.
Nah, no
okay,
problem,
man.
Thank you for
honestly, I didn't think I was going to be fortunate enough to get you on this show. I've been following you since the day we had that chance to meet at that show.
I appreciate it.
And you are fucking busy, man.
I appreciate it, man. I'm
Holy
grinding.
Moses, yes you are, sir. Like every time I see you, you're either holding up another trophy from what you won in another showcase, or you're dropping some sort of new mixtape, or you're out here doing something like it. Like I was like, man, can I get a second here? I was trying to find the moment, and I swore I was gonna be this man gonna tell me no, and by the grace of God, man, you said yes. I was like, okay, I'm taking advantage here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it, man. The love is real, you know.
Yes, sir.
I deal with who deal with me, man. That's how I rock.
That's what's up, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 954, Lauderdale, Broward County.
Lauderdale, okay, because I was gonna say, now you can say Fort Lauderdale, and there's some other people like, yeah, but you know, it's like being from Miami. Like I'm from Miami, but really the area is Little Havana, you know, all day. You know, I grew up in that, or in Kendall. What parts of Fort Lauderdale are you truly from?
Well, I grew up in Parkway.
Okay.
/ Tatertown.
Okay.
I currently reside in Deepside Lauderdale, but I moved around, man, all around the city. So Lauderdale as a whole, I consider my home.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, you know what? I feel like I did a little bit of the Kendall, Little Havana. I did a little bit of areas as I grew up, so I can relate to what you're saying. You're my type of people, but up in the 954.
Right.
You know what? Speak on it for a minute, man. What's life like out there in Fort Lauderdale?
I mean,
growing up and all, like, what's the opinion?
It's different, man. I've seen different sides of it, you know. I grew up in sports, so that really kept me out of trouble. I'm a football guy, so I played a lot of sports, but I had relatives and different people that I know that did live that street life, but it's what you made of it. I mean, whatever you got involved with, that's what your life involved in. I mean, if you was out there in the streets, then the streets was part of your life, but if you was part of sports, you did sports. But I mean, I wouldn't say it was a struggle. Like I say, whatever you was involved in, that's what your life revolved around.
Right. You know, I gotta say, man, I got to learn about Fort Lauderdale a little older.
Right.
You know, I was born and raised down here, and you know, Fort Lauderdale, you always just thought of it as this, you know, wanting to be Miami. You know, that's some of us down here felt like that. But when I went up there, you know, I got to learn what time it was, and I was like, you know, this is a very dope environment. And I feel like we got a lot of similarities between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. You know, the people, the cultures are very different, because I'm not gonna front. If you go into Plantation up there in Fort Lauderdale, man, is that Jamaican centric and a half. Like every other person is Jamaican in Plantation that I've gotten. She's looking at me crazy. Like I mean, that is misinformation. Someone needs to cut this guy off.
Right. My plantation, I ain't no Jamaicans.
No?
Nah.
Listen, every time I'm in Plantation, I feel like I'm constantly running into like Jamaicans, and I'm like, is this a Jamaican neighborhood? Is this the neighborhood for Jamaicans? Because if not, I need to come up here. I love Jamaican people, by the way.
And we real multicultural, so it's scattered around, but not to my familiarity of Plantation being known for Jamaicans. Nah. Hell no.
So they're starting to diversify then. See, but that's what I thought, right? And then, you know, I figured, you know, it was, you know, more like white Americans and like black Americans, you know, not a lot of Hispanic presentations up there, or I mean representation. So I was like, you know, that was just my impression. And, you know, like I said, as I've gone up there, I thought that for some reason, I'm now being stand corrected, I thought there was a lot of Jamaicans in Plantation for some reason, because it felt like every other person I met was Jamaican. Because even I just went over there recently, and I seen some customers and go to say hi to them, and at first they were talking like regular, you know, like no accent at all.
Right.
But then when they turned their heads, it was a mother and daughter. When they turned their heads and talked to each other, the patois kicked in and shit. They was like on some bumper cloud. I was like, hey, what?
Like I said, it's there.
Where did that come from?
It's definitely there and scattered in every neighborhood, for sure.
But that's dope, man. Like, I love the diversity of a Fort Lauderdale. Do you love it up there? Do you feel like there's a, you know, do you see yourself like dying there? Do you see yourself, this is it for me? Or is there another city you've ever had your eye on?
Man, Lauderdale, man, I bleed that, man. I got it tatted on me. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Born and raised, I feel I'm a product of the city. So, of course, nowhere else, no other city.
Best place to hang out in Fort Lauderdale is where?
Depends.
Weekends. Like I want to go and I want to go have some fun on a Saturday. Is it Las Olas? I once took a Tinder date to Las Olas because that's all I knew.
I mean, Los Angeles is a decent nightlife, but Smitty's right now, that's a popular place to hang out in my city.
What area is that in?
That's in downtown Fort Lauderdale, off of 6th Trunk.
Okay.
Right,
I know exactly where that's
It's a newer spot, and it has a good buzz, and it's a nice environment. So right now, if you're looking to catch a Lauderdale vibe, catch a Smitty's.
Best place to eat in Fort Lauderdale is where?
Wow.
I need this because, as you can see, I'm an avid food eater.
I mean,
and you look like the type of guy I can ask.
right. It depends what you're looking for.
You know what? I don't know what Fort Lauderdale might be known for. I know down here, you go for Cuban food if you're in Miami. I mean, if you're gonna be honest, like if someone had to say, hey, what's the number one cultural food to place? I will tell you, you can go to any carreta. I don't believe in Versailles out there. I know people like to think that shit is great, but I can name you at least one or two real good places. But I know that Cuban is the culture here. But in Fort Lauderdale, like what would they be known for? Barbecue? Would it be barbecue?
Yeah, barbecue, wings, shit.
Really, wings?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a wings lover, man. Where's the place? Where's the hookup? Can I drop a name? Can I say M Lew sent me here?
Smitty's got some good ass wings.
Really?
Man, from what I heard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People,
what's the place I like to eat? Pelicans.
Pelicans?
Who? Perry Wings. I'm sorry.
Perry Wings.
Yeah, they got a banging ass sauce, bro.
Really?
What?
So you guys heard it. Perry Wings, and then you take your nightlife over to where again?
Smitty's.
You party at Smitty's, you eat over at the other place, and you go to Smitty's at night.
Right. Catch a lean vibe. Trust me.
Who were some of your influences in music? Who inspired you along the way? What rappers or not even rappers, anybody?
Well, I listened to Trick early. Trick Daddy had a big
started off on
influence.
the right foot. He knows where he's at.
Right. And then from there, I caught on to T.I. T.I. was like a first artist that I listened to his whole album, the I'm Serious album. Like, I had my CD, my cassette player, and I listened to that album from front to beginning. That was one of the first ones I ever did. But, you had the Hot Boys, of course. Being from Lauderdale, Hot Boys definitely hit the city hard.
Yep.
You had Mystical. I love a crunk Mystical song. What else did I listen to? I ain't really listen to up north rap. I like the West Coast. I listen to a Snoop, Tupac, of course. But mostly, like I say, down south rappers, Hot Boys and Trick and most of that type of stuff.
You know what? Being that you mentioned that, I was just hearing you. I was like, all right, so my man did not mention anyone in the Northeast. But
right.
you quickly mentioned it. You weren't big on the North rap.
Right.
I love down south rap. I grew up initially, through hip hop. Everything was funneled out of New York. Mm-hmm. So I'm always gonna have my affinity for New York rap.
Of course.
I grew up into that realm.
Right.
When down south rap came around, it was treated with mockery. Like a lot of people didn't understand down south styles. They were like, oh, what's this flow? Why does this sound so dumb? And but the beats were crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you saw these New York guys and they were looking crazy. West Coast guys never looked at us crazy. They were like, hey, that's our shit.
That's
you know what I mean?
Do. Right.
Because I know Texas is, you might say they West Coast, but they were fucking with us like in the South. You feel me? So UGK, Pimp C, like, you know what I mean? We that was our embodiment of our style of music down here.
Okay.
So when I hear you talking about it, and thinking about why you're saying it, I'm thinking about your style. And I'm like, I think I could hear the influence. Mm. I could hear the southern style of hip hop influence in you. You know what I mean? Which I'm proud of. You know what I mean? I love that the South was able to stick around and build its sound the way it has, and it's dominated the last fucking 20 years. Mm. I'm not gonna lie. Like anything south of the United States in hip hop, you're fucking with that nowadays before you fuck with a New York artist or West Coast artist. I feel like the South just took over by itself and just said, "Hey, hip hop is ours now. We'll let you guys have it when we're on vacation." You know what I mean?
It wasn't always like that, though.
No, it wasn't. So tell me a little bit about your influence with music and how M Lew came to be, you know, in this whole journey of yours early on.
Well, I always, I like to rhyme. I wrote poems, but my first time ever rapping was actually at Dillard High School. The football players, we came up with a song, and I had a verse on the song. And that was my first performance, first time recording everything.
So wait, you did it for the football team? You performed for the football team?
I performed at a pep rally at
a pep rally?
Yeah.
That was your first show ever?
First time ever.
Who the fuck ever performs in front of a pep? I would be like, no.
It was definitely nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking, especially at a school like Dillard. And if you go to Dillard, you know how a pep rally can be.
It's like showing up at the night at the Apollo and shit.
Oh man, it was
She's
crazy.
nodding her head. She's like, yes.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. We got a pep rally, and the song ended up going bigger than we thought. As far as we had our marching band playing the song during our game. So
wait a minute.
Shout out to the class of 2003, man. Dillard High. Y'all know what it is, man. That was the song we did, man. Trust me.
Hold the fuck up, man.
Right.
Hold
Right.
up.
It get deep, man.
So let me rewind this for a second. So you got picked to do this song in your pep rally, and how does one even manage to? Because schools are so strict. You know, a school ain't gonna let you just come out, and especially with rap music. Did you rap?
Of course.
Okay, see, even worse. They freak out when they see the rappers wanting to get on there. So how did you put that together?
That's the difference. That's why I say DHS, one of a kind. That's how we
apparently.
You have to step foot in the pep rally and you'll understand.
That there, you just literally blew my mind. I've never known any story to lead off with. So my first show was at this pep rally.
It was, bro, shockingly. And football is real popular at my high school, and we were all coming into our senior year, and we all was juniors coming into our senior year, so we all made a verse about our upcoming year and how it's going to be. And we ended up putting it on wax, and it got spread around the school.
And that was your first time from writing to performing to rapping? Was it all the first time collectively?
That was it. That was the first time.
Wow, man, how does that takes a lot of confidence in yourself, I believe. What drove you then to get to that point before that? Like, where did you know you wanted to rap or had that confidence in you?
It was more about the opportunity. You talking about making a song about, and it happened around the time when UM made that song. When, what you know about them Miami boys and all that?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we were making a little noise at that year.
Right. So around that time, that song had came out, and we was football players going into our senior year. And we like, we need to make a song, and we made a song. Some of the seniors, upcoming seniors, some of the well-known players on the team, it was like 5 of us, and we went in the studio in one of the younger teammates' bedroom, standing around one mic, and we all did our verse.
That is fucking dope.
Right.
And was it all you guys' first time or just yours?
One of the players, he was a little more seasoned than the rest of us, but the rest of us, it was the first time.
That is dope. So then from that day, you said that the marching band was playing the song and everything.
Right. Senior year. Can you imagine
what did that do to you, like at that moment when you performed in that pep rally? Did you know right there M Lew was just born?
Nah, hell no.
No.
I was more...
Granted, it was a big crowd.
Right.
Because the gym at Dillard is...
huge.
The biggest high school gym in the state of Florida.
Huge.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't even grasp that moment. I'm just in the moment. I didn't grasp it at all. I'm finna perform.
So you didn't even do no reflections on it?
Hell no. Us talking about it right now is probably the deepest reflection I ever did on that moment.
Really?
Right.
I would still walk around, like, if it were me and I was singing, I'd be going to bars like, hey, were you around in 2003? I was in Dillard performing at a pep rally.
I mean, if you went to Dillard around that time, you don't have to speak of it. It's known.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have been writing it to this day. Hey, how you doing? I probably don't need to introduce myself. I'm the 2003 rapper from Dillard High.
Yeah, I'm known from some for that.
You know it was played by the marching band during
Right.
halftime.
All that is true. It's
What?
true.
Listen, man, I'd be bragging to this day. My son would be tired of me at home. Dad, shut up, man. Ain't nobody want to hear about you and Dillard. Wow, okay, yeah, you rapped. Like, that is crazy, man.
Right.
That is a huge honor that you could have, especially at that age, man.
Right.
You cannot sneeze on that. So you're saying you didn't even flinch. You didn't even think, hey, rapper's career, here I come.
Mm-mm.
You went... obviously, you went and continued your football professionalism through the college level.
Right.
So then you came back and you worked and you did a little lifeguard. So where did the hey, wait a minute, I was a rapper once. Like, when did that come in?
Right. Well, actually, when I was in college at Norfolk State, one of the dorm mates had a whole little studio set up in his dorm. And again, one of those situations, a few of us on the floor went in his room and dropped another song. And
Was it this time for the college?
Nah.
Because if not, this is crazy. What do you just go to school and make rap songs for them?
It wasn't nothing.
You want me to go to your school? I will write you a rap song.
Nah, it wasn't nothing related to the school. It was just something we did in the bedroom. I mean, in the dorm room, and that kind of inspired me when I came back home from college. I was listening to that song a lot, and then a friend of mine introduced me to a producer in Lauderdale, Jamal, Bang Committee. Shout out to him. He was very influential in my start. It was the first time I went to a studio where it was loud in here, like the building was shaking, and it gave me a feeling of like, this different. Like,
You felt those chills that someone gets, right? The little goosebumps.
And the beats he turned on wasn't the typical type beats. These beats had so much 808 in it. Usually it was TikTok beats that I was doing before, because something that some people had presented to me, but he really was into this, so he had stuff to present to me, and it was just a whole different sound.
That is crazy. So you came back home and you meet this producer, and you guys you just quickly started getting into the whole thing of it. Was it because what I'm kind of understanding here is that you did these little, you did the one song for Dillard, then you did another time in college, you did another little track, and then you came back here and you said you were listening to the song and it just moved. So everything was just kind of manifesting by itself, in a sense. Is that what I'm understanding? Low
key, but I had a passion for it. Like, I liked it. I liked it to hear myself on the playback, and low key, I was impressed with how it sounded. So I wanted more, and the only thing stopped me from doing it more was the opportunity, the presentation, like somebody to have beats or a studio to record at. Mm-hmm. And when I met Maul, he had both. He had the beats and he had the studio right here.
That's crazy.
Right.
But in the I guess so in the opportunities, were you thinking already, hey, this is gonna be, I'm lining up to this stuff. I'm lining up to build this into a career. I'm gonna take it to a level to XYZ level, or were you still because again, you sound like you just, man, like God just put you in this path, and just like you just kind of you two just kind of met each other by accident, hip hop and you, and just kind of boom bumped into each other, and say, oh well, man, let's do something together, and here we are.
Like I said, that connection with Maul, and he gave me those 3 beats like off the face. He didn't charge me nothing, and I went and wrote to the beats, recorded it back at his house. And when I first did the songs, I was even scared to perform. I just used to listen to them on the computer.
Oh, you were scared to perform, or you're saying you weren't?
I was scared.
Oh, really?
Right.
Man, that's that stage fright.
I just liked it how it sounded. Again, it was 3 more songs that I could hear myself on. So,
but that's so weird. How could you have nervousness of wanting to perform at that rate when you just went into a pep rally where you're talking about it's almost like the night at the Apollo, and you just ripped it down? Like, where did the nervousness come in?
Again, I was nervous that day, but it was the opportunity that drove me. It's a pep rally. I played for Dillard.
You got up for that one. You didn't care.
Right. I was going to go out here. Just to be a part of it was an accomplishment. So,
And you were with a group, you were
right,
saying originally.
it was
so
5 of us, all players.
it doesn't feel as nerve-wracking to the full extent because
Right.
you're not solely by yourself.
And I wasn't first. So,
Okay.
right.
You don't want to be that guy anyways.
Right. So, that kind of helped.
Yeah. So then, okay, Mo, you know what? Maybe I could understand that. You know, I remember when I did my first performance, I was so caught in the moment that I was nervous, but I was so nervous. I was nervous about being nervous. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those moments, and I feel like I couldn't remember how I felt or anything in that moment. So when you did these 3 tracks, where did you finally get a chance to perform?
I sat on them, like I said, used to listen to them on the computer for a while, and my mom had a friend who was like I want to say owner, but he was a partial investor in a club in Fort Lauderdale called Club Cutters, and Cutters had an open mic there, and he was dating my mom at the time. He used to walk past me at the computer, listening to the songs and seeing me there. He's like, "Why don't you come perform?" And like, perform? I'm like, "Nah, I ain't perform. I ain't do it to perform. I just want to hear myself." He was like, "You should come, man. It's an open mic, nice setting. You don't have to perform the first night. Just come and see how it is." So
Right.
I ended up going, sat in the back. He sent the bottle to my table. He treated me well. And I just got a chance to watch. And so, I don't want to judge, but some of the material wasn't the best. But these guys were up here in full confidence, and here I am being scared. So I'm like, it hit me. I'm like, I'm going to try it one time. And that's how I started, bro. I went up there by myself the first time. Little Apollo clap, small bop. By the 4th night, 8 people up here with me. People I don't even know. They came on the stage.
Like a real rapper concert. You ever been to a rap show?
Right.
There's like 30 people there. You don't even know who they are. Some of them is the ballet guy and shit.
I'm coming to these events by myself. So.
Oh, so you didn't even have any of your friends or nothing. You just showing up on your own.
By myself at first.
Oh my God. Let's talk about your music real quick, man. I love it. I just love your music in particular. So, talk to me about it. What type of content are you putting out there? Is it just what I interpreted myself right now, where it's like, hey man, I want people throwing their elbows up. I want someone clenching their fists. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you sound like what's my man Killer Mike and shit. So I'm outside of the club, and you think I'm a bone crusher? A bone crusher, my bad.
Right.
So, but
I mean,
is it to that realm, or talk to me about it?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I strive on my passion though, and my energy. That's something I harp on, and I just like to make good music, man. I like to make good music, and I'm not a rhyme book guy. I don't have a book of rhymes. I make music to the beat.
Really? So what, you just get in the booth and you spit what's on your mind?
Nah, I get the beats. I go through tracks.
Oh, okay. So you'll go through a catalog, pick out a beat, and write to the beat.
And it's funny, just to boot on that point you saying about reaching out to people. Like in the beginning, man, I used to have to reach out to producers and try to get a beat, even pay for beats. At this point, my DM be flooded with producers.
And that's a testament to your work.
Right, wanting me to be on their tracks. So
yeah. If I was a rapper, I would want you. I would want a track with you. You know what I mean?
Deep, bro. I appreciate that.
For real, man. But you know, does your realm sit in like, is it the stuff you like to talk about, subject content? Is it more leaning towards education, love? You talking gangster rap, trap, sexuality, like, or do you do a little bit of everything? Like,
I do. I got a
about?
mixture, man. I'm versatile. You know? I'm not just one way. I can spin it however you want to deliver it. I can give it to you. I got an R&B track.
Okay.
I got the These Days aggressive track. I got the cool track, the vibe in your car roll. You know, I'm versatile. You know, so I don't have a lane. I just
Right,
try
so
to
you're
make
not in
good.
that one
I
path.
just try to make good music, man.
Some people get lost in that though. You ever seen Fabulous at the beginning of his career? Fabulous, and I'm more of a '90s, early 2000s rapper, so that's why I can't speak on the new shit. I don't know what the fuck Migos is up to.
Okay.
But I remember Fabulous, for example, when he first started, it was leaning towards that street rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't this backpack shit. It was just him and stories out there in the streets of what's going on.
Right.
But then all of a sudden he goes and does a track with I forget that girl's name, man. Jesus, it was an old ass song. But regardless, he just went into the love side. Kind of like LL. LL had this hard flow about him, and then all of a sudden he's talking about who do you love. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
so people fall into that realm and then they just live like that. They live into the lane of what's been working for them at the moment.
I got you.
So in your mind, you're saying that your subjects are just on anything and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty versatile.
Okay. What is
happening?
next for you? What's coming up in the near future? What are the plans here for you?
Well, I wanna shoot a couple videos for the album, for a few singles off the album, and then I'm gonna officially release it. I want to have an album release party that I'm gonna have at the Club 7 with an open mic at.
Okay, where I met you over there. Okay,
Right, I talked to the owner, so we're gonna set that up. But that's where I'm at with it, man. I'm anxious to shoot these videos for these singles, and then release the album, man, and go from there, man. Blossom from there.
Listen, if you need a weird white guy for your video, I'm your guy. I will stand there and be weird as shit.
Man,
and if you need a weird host that's gonna be weird, that's me too. So
Right.
you let me know if you need me.
I'm gonna keep that in mind for sure.
First, I'll listen to Mo 3 before we talk.
For sure. Please do that.
So the album, you're not sure when it's coming out just yet, right?
Not an exact date. Again, my timetable. I want to drop these 2 videos for a couple singles off of it, and then I'm gonna let
What's
it
the
go.
first single that's gonna come out? Is it the title track, Gemini?
Nah, Banger's gonna be there.
Bangers is the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going to close out with here
Right.
in a minute. So, guys, we're going to give you a little treat, a little exclusive from the new project Gemini from
sure.
a man M Lew. So,
For sure.
stay tuned for that in the next couple minutes here. So, when the album comes out or any tour information, where can people find this stuff?
You can find me on Zaytown Global.
So, you're going to have to spell that, homie.
That's ZaytownGlobal.com/M Lew. That's Zaytoven, the producer.
Okay.
That's his platform for.
Oh, like Beethoven, but like Zaytoven.
Right, Zaytoven.
That guy likes classical music.
He's a super producer in the industry, but he has a music artist platform, and me and him was DMing as well, and he invited me to that platform. So I'm set up on that platform, but of course Spotify, of course SoundCloud, all major platforms, man. Where you find your music, type in M.Lew, and I should pull up, man. M Lew.
And then with social media, it's
M Loueezy. That's MLEWEZZY at M Loueezy on Instagram, man.
don't call him M Loueezy, it's M Lew.
Right.
It's just a handle.
For sure.
M Lew, man, this has been unreal, man. I thank you so much for being a good trooper with the whole event in the background, with the Art Basil,
I
and
appreciate
you
it,
coming
man.
out here.
I appreciate you for having
and you
me,
came
bro.
in full force. She's been my favorite so far. You have been like such a great audience member. She's laughed at just stuff that I would have probably been like, this motherfucker. And you're the man too. You got a guy filming your every moves and
Man,
shit.
you already know, man.
Got a
That's Jake.
videographer?
That's my dog. Jake shot it. Y'all better know. This will
Alright,
shoot
man.
my videos and everything.
Okay, so that's your man right there. He
Right,
got the
fuck
visuals on lock.
The long way, man.
Okay,
the
and
long
she's
way.
your voice of reason.
Right, that's my publicist.
Got it. Listen, I have a manager. His name is Walter, which, by the way, Walter, I want to give you a shout out in the version of Go Fuck Yourself, and I hope you hit yourself when you're not looking and it's dark and you kick your toe on the couch.
Nah.
That's my manager.
Nah.
So as you can see, as you can tell, as you can see how my career is going. It is going amazing.
It's
It
gonna
is
block
phenomenal.
from here, and I'll never forget you, bro. Believe
Fat
that.
Joe one time DM'd me too, but he said wrong guy. He just kept going.
Cut it out.
I'm looking for M Lew. You're not him.
Straight like that.
I just saw you were in a tag. You tagged it the wrong way.
Nah.
So guys, just like that, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you again to my good guest here, M Lew. Guys, give him a follow on social media. Check out his music. I can personally certify these shits are, no pun intended, they are bangers. Just
like
not
that.
just from the fucking song. Like every song that I've heard so far, I have never been disappointed. Check him out if he's live. This man puts on an amazing show. I'm telling you, he's a great guy to go check out. Thank you again to everyone that came out here and just hung out with us here tonight. Yamari, you're the man. Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Everyman Podcast Show. Our website's everymanpodcast.show or everymanpodcastshow.com. Like and subscribe. See that little thing that just popped up? Like and subscribe. YouTube, okay? And make sure you like and subscribe my homie too, M Lew. He's got videos out there too. You're gonna see them come out. That's right. Crank that banger up, Yamari. We out. We'll see you on the next one, people.
I came through for my dogs in the dirty deed. Young soldiers with talent that you wouldn't believe. So I salute a real G when it's in front of me. And it's a privilege to go on and drop a 16. M Lew, nice to meet ya. Yeah, banging out your speaker. Sending out blessings like I'm a preacher.
Oh, they said they ain't cutting the lights off. Okay, I was just making
You
sure.
don't pay me enough.
Yeah, the sound guy says it's over. Fuck you. I don't even care if I got nothing to do with the electricity. I'm just out of here.